Rescue crews are racing against time in Venezuela at this moment, trying to find survivors in the aftermath of those devastating earthquakes. Just look at this aerial footage. President Trump says the U.S. will help with recovery efforts. And this morning, we're hearing from more survivors about what they experienced.
The earthquake lasted what felt like a really long time. It felt like about 30 seconds. The local people there were screaming for God to save us. When it finished, we all ran outside as quickly as possible.
CBS News correspondent Cristian Benavides has made his way to neighboring Colombia for more on this. Cristian, that the footage is stunning. The stories we're hearing are heartbreaking. What are you learning this morning?
Errol, good morning. These were among the strongest earthquakes to strike Venezuela in over a century, and they were back to back. They were so powerful. People here in nearby Colombia said they too felt the ground shake. Now there is a desperate search for survivors.
A frantic scene in Venezuela as rescuers dig through the rubble trying to find survivors after two deadly earthquakes rocked communities along the northern coast on Wednesday. The damage is catastrophic. Buildings smashed to the ground, homes ripped apart, and people's lives upended. Among those found alive in the rubble, this man giving a thumbs up from the stretcher. But for others, it's the unthinkable.
Horrible.
With tears in his eyes, this man says horrible. We have seen way too much. His young nephew and niece were found deceased, and scores of people are still missing. This mother of three says she's desperate. She doesn't know where her son is. 24-year-old gamer Gabriela Suarez was streaming live from her home in the country's capital, Caracas, when the earthquakes happened.
It started getting harder and harder. I could feel the ground moving.
She says her communities, both online and in person, are rallying to try to support the efforts on the ground in Venezuela, where millions were already facing economic instability and lacked steady access to resources like power and clean water before the quakes.
We've been through every single thing I can imagine, and we're still trying to pull through.
The U.S. has promised $150 million in aid. There are also 2 U.S. Navy ships on their way to Venezuela. Meantime, here in Colombia, 2 relief flights left in the overnight hours, with more expected later today. Errol?
All right, Cristian Benavides, thank you.